Oh, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to a quick analysis. I'm going to be talking about the SPY, the NASDAQ, the VIXY, the DIXY, and of course, Bitcoin. Going to keep it super quick and jump right in. First off, I want to start with the NASDAQ and go ahead and remove all of the previous chart and keep it naked. Right, we had market structure, super bearish, lower highs, lower lows. Super simple, right? NASDAQ found that support around 10.7, and since then we've found support, right? So this was the bottom. We made a higher high, higher low, higher high. NASDAQ is all the tech stocks in America, and ultimately if tech stocks are doing well, then crypto is going to be doing well because there's a very high correlation. Crypto basically just moves with what is known as higher beta. By beta, that means volatility. So NASDAQ is actually looking very bullish here. I guess if you traded meme lines, you could call this a bit of a cup and handle. Personally, if NASDAQ is bullish, I'm bullish. The other part of that picture of risk-on assets is the SPY, which does appear to be lagging, probably because bank stocks have been getting fucking hammered like a drunk dad at 2 a.m. just getting absolutely fucking dicked. We are seeing pretty bearish market structure that found its bottom at around 3,600, right? We found this bottom, we made a higher high, deflected off the trend line, made a higher low, broke through, higher high, and this higher low is in progress. Honestly, it is looking kind of sketchy. So if the SPY does falter towards 3,800, then ultimately I do not think crypto is going to be thriving. Looking at the US dollar currency index, this is giga long price action. All these charts have been in the weekly. All of these charts will be in the weekly. This is a weekly analysis only. Right, market structure, higher highs, higher lows, went through this absolutely crazy pump while we were going through insane QT. And it seems like we rejected 106, we're coming down towards 101, and this is do or die time. So if we see the US, let me delete this other stuff so it's a bit more clear, delete. If we see price action come down, bounce off 101, and start to climb, that is very bad for crypto and stocks. That means people would rather hold stocks than dollars. Things versus dollars, that's a dilemma. But if we see it come down, break this trend line, print a lower low, come up, confirm a lower high, and resume the path back down, that is very good for risk-on assets. So if we see a breakdown, good for risk-on assets. If we see a breakout to the upside, bad. Plain and simple. The VIX, I think, is still criminally undervalued in the current economic and stock market climate. I'm hedged. I'm mostly risk-on. I have some VIX calls in case I am wrong. Personally, I think the VIX is undervalued, but we're going to want to see it continue to be undervalued if we want risk on to do well. So, as you know, VIX basically mathematically programmed to oscillate between 20 and 30. Again, lower the VIX, the better we're looking for crypto. Bitcoin US dollar, pretty similar story as NASDAQ, right? This is the weekly time frame. Whenever Bitcoin breaks out of a range that we've maintained for 273 days, I would deem that as important. So market structure, right? We were printing these lows. We broke to the upside, higher high, higher low, blast off. Here we go. I think Bitcoin does have further room upside to around 30K key psychological level. Other thing that's pretty interesting, if you go to TradingView and you type in Performante, you can see that during this dump here, we are proportionally very low volume, right? After this 69K high, very low volume. We're seeing more buy volume now than we saw on any of those dips. Another important observation is that this is buy volume, so this indicator averages across all of the most reputable exchanges. It is still increasing. Another interesting comparison is that sell volume is decreasing. This is great for the bulls. Another thing that we can do to recognize some zones of illiquidity is we can type in volume profile, pull up a fixed ranged volume profile. I'm not on the right setting to do this properly. Let me zoom out here. I'll set this on the high. It's 69K. There we go. And so what we can see here, this is the amount of volume that is traded in a specific price range. And between the current price point and 30K, you can see with these boxes over here, very low volume. One could even describe it as a liquid. So that being said, I do think Bitcoin has a little bit further upside towards 30K. Part of the reason why I think that is if we look at Bitcoin dominance, let me pull that up. Oh God, too much going on. Let me delete. So Bitcoin dominance has been in this very wide range for 700 days, almost 2 years. Crazy, right? So when Bitcoin dominance pushes up, that is a Bitcoin dominated market. When it falls, it is an altcoin dominated market. So Bitcoin dominance is Bitcoin market cap divided by total market cap. One sec, coffee break. Right, so Bitcoin dominance climbs, that's a Bitcoin dominated market. It falls, it's an altcoin dominated market. Super easy to understand. And in case you can't fucking see, Bitcoin dominance absolutely ripping. Right, it's up near 48%. I think we could see a top at around 49 or 50, but there's an important observation to be made here. So if we see Bitcoin dominance continue to trend above this range, we are in a Bitcoin dominated market. Yes, alts might do like okay, but they're probably going to get outscaled by Bitcoin's growth. My current theory is that we deflect down, maybe a little bit of a retest, a little bit of a bada bing, a bada boom, and then we see Bitcoin dominance start to fall. And this would be when alts really start to shine. Let me get rid of this indicator because it's useless in this context. This situation where we see Bitcoin dominance start to fall is really where we would see alts do really well, but we would only see them do well if the rest of the market continues to be risk on. If Bitcoin starts crashing and we're losing dominance, but the rest of the alt market is crashing, then it doesn't really mean anything. For this thesis to play out, we need to see stocks continue, not even do well, just not do bad, I guess you could say. And if we do see an alt season, that begs the question, what are we trading, lads? Where are we deploying capital? Thanks for asking that question. So I'd be looking for the narratives. AI narrative, I want to say it's pretty exhausted, but GRT, Ocean, AGIX, and Fetch did exhibit the highest relative strength. I don't think the DPERPS narrative is fully played out, so I'd be looking at GMX, GNS, SNX, DYDX, and Level. Level is one on the Binance Smart Chain. You should probably pay attention to it. Not financial advice, just analysis. Thank you. Don't sue me. Next up, Layer 2's Optimism, Métis, Matic. I'd also be looking at Arbitrum now that the airdrop has happened. Talking about ARB, that ecosystem got absolutely hammered. So many people took profits. But these that I've shown on screen, Grail, Magic, I think are the ones that have the most potential. Looking at liquid staking derivatives, Lido, Rocket Pool, and Frax. And disclaimer, if any of the ISO shitcoins, XRP, Quant, XDC, DAG, IOTA, I don't even have to look at it. That shit's burned in my memory. If there's a narrative where they start doing well, I'm going to Mexico for 2 weeks. I don't want to trade that price action. Anyways, so my overall thesis, I am a bull. I'm hedged to the downside in case I'm wrong. In order for us to see an alt season, equity markets just have to not shit themselves. The next FOMC is not until May. Banks are being liquidated left and right. Fed is printing stimmies left and right. Overall, inflation, it's not going away. Are we seeing the death of the US dollar? I'll talk about that next time. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if this YouTube video is incredibly shitty. It's my first one. Thank you. Ring the bell, subscribe, do all the things that people do to support YouTubers. Thank you. One more thing while I have your attention, you can visit our website, performante.ca, and what this is going to be is the Learn to Earn Hub. So if you want to join our Discord, you can scroll all the way down, click that button, or follow all of our social media channels if that piques your interest. There's also an opportunity to earn our social token PCC. So we have a weekly newsletter. You can tap on that phone, start the quiz at the bottom. You can drop your ERC20 wallet, and we're just going to ask you some basic economic questions to further your understanding. We also have a market dashboard where you can look at stuff like total value locked on different chains. Lots of different utility on this website. That's it. Thank you.